The Three Stooges were one of the greatest comedy teams of all time. Today we're going to talk about the life and the deaths of the Three Stooges. For the sake of this video, we're going to be concentrating on Larry, Curly, and Moe, although Shemp Howard also did play a powerful role in the Three Stooges. The Three Stooges started off in vaudeville in 1922 under Ted Healy. He was one of the most successful vaudevillians of the time, making around $1,000 a week, and he ended up hiring the Three Stooges to heckle him during his sets, and he paid the Three Stooges roughly $100 a week starting off. The Three Stooges would go on to make roughly 220 films over the course of 40 years. And they're just as funny today as they were in the 1930s. Most of the Three Stooges films were filmed on the Columbia Ranch lot here in Burbank. This is an aerial photo of the ranch taken in the 1960s. Larry Fine was born Louis Feinberg on October 5, 1902 in Philadelphia. In his early childhood, Larry's arm was accidentally burned with acid that his father used to test jewelry for its gold content. He picked up the bottle and accidentally spilled it on his forearm, causing extensive damage. His parents later gave him violin lessons to help strengthen the damaged muscles in his forearm. He became so proficient in it that his parents wanted to send him to a European music conservatory, but plans changed when World War I broke out. Fine later played violin in the Stooge films. Larry Fine met Shemp Howard and Ted Healy during a vaudeville act in Chicago and became one of his Stooges, and the rest is history. Moe Howard called Larry the Porcupine due to his trademark hair. Larry was often the voice of reason, and he was also on the receiving end of a lot of Moe's abuse, but a character that we would all love. Larry also met his wife Mabel in 1922, and the couple married in 1926. He spent his money as fast as he made it and developed a gambling addiction. He spent the first couple decades living in hotels, including the famous Knickerbocker Hotel in Hollywood, before purchasing his first and only home in the Los Feliz area of Los Angeles. His wife Mabel passed away of a sudden heart attack in 1967. On January 9th of 1970, Larry Fine suffered a stroke that paralyzed the left side of his body, which marked the end of his performing career. He moved into the motion picture Country Home, an entertainment industry retirement community in Woodland Hills. Moe Howard frequently visited him in his final years. Larry regularly entertained other patients and remained accessible to his fans. He passed away on January 24, 1975, at the age of 72. He was interred in a crypt with his wife at Forest Lawn in Glendale, California. Moe Howard was born Moses Harry Horwitz on June 19th of 1897 in Brooklyn, New York. He was the fourth of 5 sons born to Jenny Gorovitz and Solomon Horwitz. He was also the brother to Shemp Howard and Curly Howard, both who would become part of the Three Stooges. Young Moe loved reading books, and it helped him create characters later on, as well as discipline with learning his lines. His trademark bowl cut hairstyle started when he would secretly cut his hair as a kid in his backyard shed after being frequently teased in school. During one appearance on the Mike Douglas Show in the 1970s, Moe stated, "I used to fight my way to school, in school, and back home from school." He started to develop an interest in acting and would skip school to go to the local theater, and he dropped out of high school to pursue a career in show business. Moe started off running unpaid errands at Vitagraph Studios and was rewarded with bit parts in movies and various productions. Unfortunately, a fire in 1910 destroyed the films and Moe's early work. Moe joined a troupe on a Mississippi River showboat and dabbled in vaudeville until 1921, teaming up with Ted Healy. In 1923, Moe saw his brother Shemp in the audience, who started to heckle Moe, and the bickering back and forth made Ted Healy immediately hire Shemp as part of the act. The Three Stooges were originally part of Ted Healy's act until they struck out on their own. Moe married Helen Schonberger, a cousin of Harry Houdini, in 1925, and the couple had 2 children, Joan and Paul. Helen tried talking Moe into retiring from show business, and he worked a string of normal jobs until returning to work again with Ted Healy. Moe Howard went on to shoot over 200 films as the classic Moe Howard. Moe started to slow down during the 1960s and started to sell real estate for a time, occasionally taking bit roles and guest appearances. He was a heavy smoker much of his adult life, and he passed away from lung cancer at Cedars-Sinai Medical Center in Los Angeles on May 4, 1975, at the age of 77. Moe Howard was interred at Culver City's Hillside Memorial Park. His wife Helen passed away from a heart attack only 6 months later. This is his final resting place. The Three Stooges received a posthumous star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame on August 30th, 1983. Curly Howard was born Jerome Lester Horwitz on October 22, 1903 in Brooklyn, New York. He was the younger brother of Moe Howard, and he idolized his older brother. At the age of 12, he accidentally shot himself in the ankle when cleaning a rifle. Moe rushed him to the hospital, saving his life, but it left him with a slight limp. He developed his famous exaggerated walk to conceal this limp on screen. Curly enjoyed watching his brothers perform with Ted Healy. When Shemp left the original Stooges, Curly took over at Moe's request. They officially became the Three Stooges and signed on for 2 comedies with Columbia Pictures. His childlike mannerisms and comedic charm made him a hit with audiences, and his natural skills left the Three Stooges the ability to improvise many of their scenes. His trademark laugh was something he improvised, along with his numerous other witty reactions. By 1944, Curly started losing energy on set and checked himself into Cottage Hospital in Santa Barbara, where he was diagnosed with extreme hypertension, retinal hemorrhage, and obesity. Moe pleaded with Harry Cohn to allow Curly some time off to regain his strength, but denied this request and refused to halt production on a profitable venture. During filming on May 6, 1946, Curly suffered a severe stroke waiting to film the final scene of the day. He was rushed to the hospital and spent several weeks recovering at the Motion Picture Country Home in Woodland Hills before returning home. While recovering, Curly met Valerie Newman, and the couple married on July 31, 1947. She was his 4th wife, and according to his friends and family, he married all the wrong women until meeting Valerie. His health continued to decline, but the couple welcomed a daughter, Janie, in 1948. In February of 1951, he was placed back in a nursing home where he suffered another stroke. A few months later, he went to live at the North Hollywood Hospital and Sanitarium, where a supervisor notified Curly's family that he was becoming a problem due to his deteriorating mental health. He was relocated to Baldy View Sanitarium in San Gabriel, California. Curly Howard passed away on January 18, 1952, at the age of 48. He was laid to rest at Home of Peace Cemetery in East Los Angeles, California. The Three Stooges are just as popular today as they were back in the 1930s. They are icons and they influenced a whole new generation. Thanks for watching, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video.